So this is going to be every single class in Classic, using the decks that we went through. Made videos for every single class, different decks, some of them relevant in the meta, some of them not so much. But I figured we'll just go through all 9, at least one game apiece, see how long it takes. Maybe we end up doing a bit more, but yeah, we'll see where this takes us. So starting with Aggro Mage, which actually did decent for us. I think we were over 500. And against Druid. It's a bit tough. You really want a 1-drop here. I'm not sure about this Cold Light. You do kinda need it. You need card draw at some point. You don't necessarily need it in your opening hand, but I think I'd rather do that and not die. And there we go. We get our 1-drop off the top anyway. Okay. Interesting. So he could come out with a lot next turn. I'm wondering if I coin Shattered Sun. I think so. The coin's going to give us extra damage this turn. Plus the Shattered Sun's just going to make this a little bit more survivable. I mean, it dies to swipe, but eating a swipe with a 1-drop is not the worst thing in the world. Okay, we get a Yeti. Now, I think we just freeze it. We can actually get the Apprentice out, shoot it here. I don't think it's right to trade. The only way that we lose everything on the board here is like a spell power swipe, and that would probably be like Thanos, right? Blood Mage. But he would need an Innervate for that. I don't think I'm going to play around that one specific 3-card combo. On top of the fact that we're going to release this. On top of the fact that we're a very face damage heavy deck. But this looks great. Only question is whether you want Golem or Oracle. But I think Golem, it's got a bit more board presence. We're for sure hitting face here. I don't know if we want to take out the Yeti. I'm not sure if that's right. It's a good value trade. But what we end up doing is kind of enabling our burn, right? Alright, not great. Like, we've got this for card draw, we've got Fireballs in the deck, we've got another Frostbolt. It seems better to keep a Taunt alive, so let's see what we draw off of this. Not too worried about giving him more draw. Then we can just put this down here for our eventual card and just force him to start making trades. Okay, this is interesting. I don't know what he's doing here. I have no idea what the point of that was, because he could have just hero powered and hit that. Doesn't make any sense to me. We don't have lethal, right? 3, 9, 10. He's got 9 damage here that I'm not super afraid of. It's just a question as to what do we play. I think we do this to try to draw into more burn and then drop the golem. Ooh, but we do get a leopard here. No, I still think we drop the golem this turn. Just to get something sticky on board. Still tough for the Sylvanas to actually die, which is good for us. Okay. So right now we're threatening lethal. Okay, but he is going to heal up. Now the only problem with playing some of this stuff is that suddenly we give Sylvanas an opportunity to die. So let's see. We've got 7, 8, 9, 10. If you could make that happen, 11. I think it's more important here that we make sure Sylvanas doesn't die. So we get the card draw off of that. We get the point of spell damage. Hold on, let me think about combo for a sec. It's 14, 24, 26, 28. We actually have to do that. Just so if he's got the combo, it's not like automatic death here. Because we did give him a ton of card draw with 2 cold lights. Last thing we want to do is get bursted down for 30. Now he could still... I guess he actually couldn't. He could innervate to get a hero power, but that's not enough, right? 14, 24, 6, 8, 9. It'd still be 29. He seems to be thinking a lot, so it makes me think we're in good shape. And we're threatening 3 damage here already, with the possibility of a card draw here. We've got at least 2 like great face blasting spells, plus like a couple arcane missiles, which, you know, could hit. So keep him alive a bit longer though, so we'll see what happens. We get super lucky and just fireball him in the face. Great. Aggro Mage continuing to just be super valuable. You love to see it. Okay, we'll go to Zoo. Just go in order here. Zoo obviously did well for us. I mean, it's a good deck in the meta. Anyway, we're up here against a Warlock in the mirror. But I've definitely been facing more hand locks than I have Zoo. But still, I think we have to mulligan for Zoo. There's not really a lot that you particularly want to keep against hand lock. I think this is fine. Abusive Sergeant isn't as good if you're going second in a Zoo mirror, which it looks like it is if he's playing that. Yeah, and that's really because they're going to end up getting these cards out a lot sooner. I think we just are patient here. It's tempting to coin out the Berserker. We might have a play. I don't want him to abusive into the Berserker. Okay, now we've just got to... We have to build a bit of a board. Him trading the young priestess into the imp is not great. He still might do the abusive play. No, it's a Shattered Sun instead. Okay. Yeah, see, and we like that because we can do our own Shattered Sun play. Although Mortal Coil's also very good. Because we can Shattered Sun and take out his Shattered Sun. Or we could Abusive and Mortal Coil. Very tough, actually. I think this is the safe play, though. He's probably going to end up trading with us, which I think is fine. He's going face. Well, that, I think, is probably a big mistake on his part. We're for sure taking that out. I think a tap is fine. Hard to say. We're probably going to Doom Guard next turn. I think one tap might be valuable in the matchup anyway. For sure not perfect. We might actually end up Mortal Coiling. Iron Beak Owl, very good here. But then we lose the Doom Guard momentum. I do like Power Overwhelming here though. So I think we're going to do this. Are we going to do the Mortal Coil? Yeah, we're going to Mortal Coil. Great. Then we're going to Power Overwhelming. And then we'll get out the Argent Squire. Suddenly we're making a play on the board. I really do think going first in this mirror is like, I mean, paramount. You can see how far ahead he is here. But the fact that he keeps going for face is actually working out in our favor. That being said, he's got a ton of damage. It might just be too late for us, which is unfortunate, but not much you can do about it, in all fairness. So we do that. We probably, yeah, get the golem out. I think it's it for us, though. I mean, we're going to take 4 damage here, 2 from the Leper Gnome, a single Soul Fire. Yeah, there's the Power Overwhelming. We're just dead here. So, I don't think much we could have done in the matchup, though. That's just kind of a coin flip on who goes first, and then who's got the better draws. I'm not sure we could have played that better, so. Alright, to 1-1, not gonna go undefeated here today. Now this Mind Blast Priest did surprisingly well when I last played it, and I think actually we might have beat every druid that we played. It felt like a favorable matchup anyway. All that being said, I don't think we want any of this in our starting hand, so hopefully this mulligan works out. Not bad. Thought Steal's good. The Cleric is okay. It's kind of an awkward play because it could just get wrathed right away. But at the same time, that could also deny like a wild growth or something. So I think I'm just gonna play it patient though. There was a moment the last time I played. See here, it might have denied a wild growth for a wrath or something, but then we're just getting like 1 damage. I do like this though. With the extra health, it's fine. But yeah, there was a moment where we forced a Violet Teacher to bump our cleric in the last game, or at least that's what we attempted to do. I think it got spelled down by Wrath. But I didn't think that we were going to be able to get the card draw from this, And we actually ended up getting it from a second one, so I'm trying to be a little bit more open to the possibility of getting it later down the line, but okay, that's fine too. Silence, sure. Not bad. It's actually good intel to know that he's got an Ancient of War. I don't think many druids are running it. So something to maybe like hold the death for. It's 4/6 though. Gonna be annoying. I think we just put the golem out and chill. Yeah, not sure what's going to be the best line here. If there's any reason to coin the Holy Fire, or if we want to hold coin to try to get the Ancient of War out. Both valid options. Wrathing that seems like overkill. Or is he just getting the draw? Oh, he's getting the draw. Okay, no. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. And we do have another Holy Fire here. But I think we're just going to heal. Coin out the Ancient of War next turn. Small chance that we just Holy Fire on curve if he plays an Ancient of Lore. Hey, you gotta stop, cat. Cenarius on 9, though. That is bad. That is very bad. That being said, we could just death both of those guys. Ancient of War is just gonna get murdered. For sure we're deathing that. I mean, we know he's got that in his deck. And he could still innervate combo, kill us here, but I think that's going to give us the best chance to win. He's certainly preparing for lethal. He's played just the one of these, so he could still silence this. It makes me think, though, that he's just got like a Savage Roar or a Swipe. And I think this is... ah, jeez. Hard to say, though. Now that we've got the Arcanine, we could blast that with a Holy Fire. We can't... oh, we can clear the board with Arcanine, but then we can't heal. This is tough. I'm gonna try this. We might just lose to assignments. Hey, cat. What is with you? What is with you? Every time I start streaming. Uh-oh. Okay, so, I mean, he's just got the combo. We're dead. I don't think there's any line of play that saved us there. It was another case of, I think, just unfortunate draws. Uh-oh. 1 and 2, and we're going into what is easily the worst deck of the 9 that we've got here. I think this only won like 2 games in the video we did with it, and I stubbornly played a lot longer than I reasonably should have with this abomination of a deck. So we'll see how it does. I don't know if we can out-tempo a druid very easily. Starting with 2 backstabs is probably not great. I think 1 backstab is good, because like against the Yeti or even like Keeper of the Grove or something, not too bad, but I don't know, a second one seems kind of useless. 2 undamaged minions. He's going to hero power it. Now that surprises me. We're certainly doing this. I don't think we want to swing because we've got the deadly poison. And we got something on 3 to play right away. Okay, and then he wraths it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure I love the fact that he burned that coin. But his call. There's an argument to swing there to get the 1 damage. But I think in order for us to win, we've got to do a lot better than just, you know, like an aggro mage kind of thing where we're chipping down 1 health, 2 health here and there. We're doing this. Do we deadly poison hit face? Okay, I take it all back. I think our only way... We could have also swung face, hero powered, and then thrown on deadly poison. Maybe that was better. But we don't have a lot here. We kind of got to go for this early aggression play. This is not bad for us, though. We do that. We do this. We actually do 3 damage. But we're going to take the hit to the face. I think that's better for sure. Now, 3 damage backstab is a little bit more useful in this matchup, I think. Swipe is an owie. But it's a good thing we kept the golem alive. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I think we play both of these. Do we want 2 damage or a 2-1? He used 1 swipe and we've got a 2-1 on the board. I think normally you actually want the 2 damage to shoot him in the face with, but I think because he just burned a swipe, he's still got 19 cards in his deck. And we've got something with 1 health that he's going to want to hero power anyway. Oh god, this makes it look like he's a 2nd swipe. Son of a bitch. Yeah. Okay, so we missed out on 2 damage. If we lose by 2 damage, well, that is why. Good timing to draw the sprint anyway. We might be able to get a decent Edwin, but I'm not real keen on playing Edwin just because I'm sure he's running 2 keepers and we haven't seen one yet. Ugh. This is looking bad. Does he heal up? No, he draws. He's going for the combo. I feel like that's not right. Let's see what we get off of this. I like the 3 damage backstab. You can't really follow it up with much. Like I said, you do get the decently big Van Cleef. You'd make it a 6/6. Yeah, he's gonna kill this anyway. I think we have to take some kinds of risks like this. I'm gonna imagine he silences and then trades off. But even a 2/2 on the board, it's not the worst thing. Oh, a reg, jeez. Let's hope this hits face. It does. You can actually sap it. Ooh, I really like that. The fact that we can sap it. Very, very good. Suddenly we're pushing 7 damage. Protection from combo. Any kind of like combo innervate shenanigans. Yeah, this is looking much better. Oh, we could just sap that too. This is crazy. Could we win with Tempo Rogue? Five, 6, 7. Okay, I think that is lethal, right? Get that out of the way. It is for sure. We could have even Blade Flurried after. But I do think we had very good draws in that game as opposed to the last couple, so okay, I'll take it. 2 and 2, and we'll go play some Druid of our own. Warlock. Man, lots of Warlock and lots of Druid is what I'm seeing. Keep the loot hoarder. I mean, the draw is always good. Something early. Whether we're playing Handlock or Zoo. Don't think we want to coin it out though. Okay, it's looking like Handlock. That's fine. Okay, I think that's a big draw for us. Just thinking 5, 6. Really, really interesting. Cause you really want to burst Handlock down. You can like silence with Keeper. Wow, this is this weird Mogashan thing. We saw this once before. Oh, this is so weird. Like, I don't want to silence that. I think that's stupid. What I was considering was getting the Ancient of Lore out early for 2 draws, but I'm more tempted to actually just coin the Drake out, get a single draw. I'll bump here. I think it's fine. Worst case, he hits and then Mortal Coils or something, and then we just kill it. But my thinking for not wanting to spend the Innervate is that I might want to launch an early combo at him. I swear I've seen this like exact deck before. It had, yeah, Shadow Bolts, it had Voidwalkers, it had Mogashan. It's almost like Handlock Light or something. Like, it just doesn't really do a whole lot of anything. But I will say we actually had a decently hard time with it. It was like embarrassing. Okay. I'm just going to chill on that because I do want a Power of the Wild. Just more stuff. Right. And his Soulfire, what does he get rid of? Okay, Blood Mage. So strange. I don't know what you call this. Is this just like a mid-range? Guess we swipe. And then I think we're fine with getting the Loot Hoarder out. Another draw is going to be useful. Yeah, is this just a mid-range Warlock? Because I certainly don't know of any other decks besides Zoo and Handlock. And I couldn't think of any way to construct anything different. Maybe this is somewhat standard now that I've seen it more than once. Unless this just happens to be the same person. Force of Nature, Savage Roar. Finally got those. Really not sure here. We've got to establish some board presence, so I'm gonna do this. But I don't feel great about it. And I'm more getting that out, so again, I can... Like, I might even BGH into Power of the Wild. We'll see. See what he's got for bigger stuff. I feel like the list that I played against... Yeah, shit. See, a silence would have been so good there. But yeah, I feel like the list we played against had like a rag or something. So we still don't want to let this shit die. But I think we want to do this and then Wrath for 1. Their draw is probably useful. I do think Power of the Wild is good, even though it's just +2/+2. I don't know, like, is he running Molten Giants? Is he not? I like that he can't kill the Sylvanas off. That easily, anyway. And then we've got double combo in our hand. Okay, he's gonna Hellfire, that's fine. He fires here and then we just win. Yep. So strange. I want to see what this list is, but yet doesn't seem good. It's also possible that I've just had like lucky matchups or something like that. Maybe it's good against certain meta decks. I don't know. Hunter I could see, but I don't see that much Hunter. Okay, I think that's 3-2, if I'm not mistaken. Not too bad. More Warlock, jeez. Okay, well, this Peacekeeper is good no matter what we're playing. Unless it's maybe that stupid variant we just played. I really, really hope it's Zoo now, though, with double Consecrate. And I don't think we have any 1-drops in the deck, so I don't even think we can draw something here. Come on, Zoo. Come on, Zoo. Okay. I guess we'll just take the potential card draw off of this. Yeah, this deck is geared more more at stopping aggro than it is interesting. Oh, weird. Why wouldn't he silence my guy? I feel like that's way better. But alright. We take early damage if we don't deal with that now. But it's not like really a problem either. We could Aldor. There's a lot we could do here. There's not really anything that I hate. Honestly, I just want the card draw. There's a lot that I think is fine, like Aldor the 4/5. I think it's okay because you're probably getting into like equalities later to deal with the giants. Oh yeah, he forgot to attack. Yeah, just all kinds of little little things would have been alright. And then taking damage, we can probably heal up later, that kind of thing. I just think the card draw was actually a good call there. He's playing very conservative, like not tapping. I don't know if he somehow thinks that we're aggro paladin, because I think there's just more aggro paladins out on ladder. But I'll tell you, man, we're not even close to that. Yeah, so there's an equality. I'm not sure if we want to get out the Farseer. I'm gonna say no. Only because it would be like a decent board to Hellfire. Right? If we had that out, he Hellfires and then he's even still got like a 1/1. Interesting. Now, do we equality? I think we Peacekeeper here as well, because we've got like Pyromancer equality and we've got Consecrate equality. And I think if we just keep, you know, chipping away here, this is gonna likely make him play out something bigger. Even if it's just like a 4/5 and then taunt it, or maybe he's gonna eventually drop a Molten. Yeah, something like that. I'm actually hoping that he builds a board. I'm fine dropping like a Tyrion here. Even knowing that he probably gets siphoned. But like, what is that? Why would he care? So strange. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. He probably gets siphoned, but not even a guarantee because he hasn't been drawing that much. But the weapon's good for us. We can heal up. Potentially lay on hands. It's really just a matter of having too many cards. Good problem to have, I suppose. But I kind of just want to push this into, like, you know, force him to drop some bigger threats. Give us an opportunity to wipe his entire board. And he doesn't have Siphon Soul, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, even this is fine. Make some awkward trades, sure. He seems super not enthused about this. That seems weird, and then tapping after, that's weird. Oh, he's gonna Coil Cat. I was gonna run both of these into the Mountain Giant anyway. Before he decided to heal. Of course, this is just fine now. I don't think he's really got a big threat. Like, we get the 4 points of healing. The biggest threat I can think is like a Power Overwhelming on one of these in Shadow Flame. Which would be a little bit unfortunate, but again, still getting the weapons, still getting the heal. Like, we're getting decent value out of everything. We've still got a huge hand. He's actually digging into his deck, like getting forced to use up more and more of his threats. I'm not sure he's been like super forced to, let's say. But he seems to think that he's forced into it, so that works in our favor. Ooh, a Faceless. That's actually annoying, because I don't think we run any Silences in this deck. We certainly don't run any weapon removal. Shadow Bolt? Soulfire? Ooh, gets rid of the Shadow Flame. Okay. Really interesting. So we could actually deal, what, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage to him just straight away. We could just go crazy. It's a little bit tempting. Otherwise, what do? We swing. You know, Azure Drake Consecrate actually seems better. We don't even have to burn. Huh. Yeah, we really don't have to burn much to do it. You do this. You hit here. Do you hit that thing? I think you do. And that's just because he could power over. Like, I know he discarded the Shadow Flame, but he could power overwhelming, slam into something, potentially buff it up with like an Argus again or something. It'd just make it a little bit more annoying. And here we're actually threatening 14, 17 with the Consecrate. Now if he's got Moltens in hand, he probably swings at one of these, yeah. So here they are. But we got BGH, we got Equalities. Drop them both. Let's see them both. If he does one, I think we BGH. If he does two, we do some sort of equality shenanigans. We also got to be conscious of Jiraxis. I'm just going to stare at this artwork for a bit. It's kind of cool. Man, but he is dropping so much. What do we do? Too bad we don't have the spell power, because another Consecrate would be ridiculous with spell power. This is probably where we Equality Consecrate. Yeah, I think we do, and then we can BGH the other Molten Giant, or like a Rag, or whatever he's gonna throw at us. We've got 10 damage. I don't know if we need to take that out. I'm gonna do it. Damage to his face is kind of, I don't want to say irrelevant. Like, he's gonna be able to play the Molten anyway, and then just like doing another 5 now, or I don't know, even that 5 there, he might just heal with Jiraxis anyway. So, yeah. There's the Molten Giant. Okay, Strahz is his own face. So we've got 10. Do we Pyromancer Equality? We still got a BGH for a Rag or something. Yes, I think we don't swing with our weapon. We'll do this. We've got this card draw here after. But let's just get a nice heal. Might establish a bit more of a board. So the only thing I can think is that he's got Jiraxis to kind of pull him out of this. Really not scared of a Rag. There's a good chance we actually... Oh no, I guess we wouldn't have lethal with Rag. But I mean, I think we deal with it very effectively. can't really think what other big threats he'd have. And he's still got 9 cards in his deck too. Yeah, he's got like a Twilight Drake. Maybe some crazy burst from Leroy. Like, he's got Faceless, so we might have like Leroy double power overwhelming Faceless kind of stuff sitting in there still. Siphon Soul on that tells me he most certainly does not have Jiraxis. This is very interesting. Okay, I think we hit this thing. Lay on hands. And then we'll see, but probably just hero power, right? See, that's the other thing. Like I said, we're not really geared as much towards late game stuff. It's more warding off aggro, but we're just so effective, or so cost effective at dealing with big things. Oh shit, he had another mountain giant. I did not remember that. Oh, it's dead now. Just wondering if I want a true silver. I'm gonna do it. Again, kind of threatening lethal. Hellfire's really not gonna do much for him. He's got to draw into Jiraxis, but it's still super ugly for him. And I think we could actually kill him with Blood Mage Hammer next turn if he did that as well. Yeah, seems pretty desperate. Not even sure what he could get. And he's dead. Okay, well, long game there, long and drawn out, but we get the victory, which I think puts us to 4-2. Yeah, that sounds right. Played 6, 4-2, still got 3 more to go. Control Warrior did very good for us. I think actually pretty popular video as well. Yeah, so for upcoming videos too, I'm thinking like I'll probably go back, revisit some of these decks, create a few more odd ones, whatever I can think to do. I think we just want to start with that. But I'm totally down for if people have suggestions, that kind of thing, going forward. Even other modes, that kind of thing. I'm all ears. Now this can be a very painful matchup for Warrior. Ooh, this is tough. I think we want the War Axe out, because Shaman is very often going to flood the board with stuff. Totems can get nasty. I'm going to want to play this Acolyte on 3. So I couldn't really afford to do that and then equip the next turn if they had something that required me to axe it down. This is really great though, being able to slam this, get a draw, smack this, get another draw. It's almost tempting to just do it again, but I would just hit that. And I think establishing the board presence of an Armor Smith is also very useful. I mean, this is looking great for us so far. Really, really good. I'm okay taking the damage here. I should think ahead to what I'm going to do, though. which is this for sure. See, this is why we check. This is why we check. That is better. Wow, really, really good start. Okay. Few ways we could deal with this. The double brawl is actually usually good in this matchup. If we throw out Sylvanas, he just goes ahead and does like a one-off trade. Whereas if we slam and War Axe this thing, potentially even execute, or Korkron, do we want to take 6? We're really only taking 4, plus we're equipping the weapon. I don't know. I like this a lot. Still going to keep our board decent. Like, we've got a very small amount of board control, but we can deal with his overwhelming minions with Brawl. Maybe get more value out of Sylvanas. And still Korkrons. What? What am I looking at? Still Korkron is good at reclaiming things. Wow, a Gorehell even. This is strange. This is very strange. I'm just gonna do that. Some of these decks run what is the Earth Shock or whatever, the silence on this. Okay, Hex. Hex is fine though because we've still got other big targets. We've got like Cairn and we've got Ragnaros. We've got Gromash here. So we could Korkron or we could Gorehell. But I think Gorehell is better because once again they're going to go very heavy into minions, try to flood the deck, and this is just like the greatest thing ever while you still have a lot of health. This deck is just so good. I highly recommend anyone who maybe didn't get the chance to play Control Warrior, you know, the first time around, it was too expensive. I think a lot of people felt that. It was almost like unfair how inaccessible it was if you were free to play. But they do a really good job of like handing out these classic cards now. Yeah, it is a good deck and it's a really fun one. So great, puts it into BGH range. I was actually going to bump and execute, I think. Jeez, even a shield slam. Not sure there's going to be a better BGH target than that, so let's just... do I want the Korkron? I don't think I want the Korkron. Reason being that it is too vulnerable to Lightning Storm. There's the Lightning Storm. Now we have had to actually spend a lot of our resources to deal with his. So even though we've dealt with everything like really efficiently, we've still got armor, weapons, all that kind of stuff. We've like dug into our deck. He's still like right in this game. It might feel more weighted towards us than it actually is. Okay, we still got 4 attack on this, so that's fine. 4, 8, it's like 10 with that, right? This is tough, because he's got another Hex, presumably. We could do 18 burst damage, but there's no rush for that. I don't think we should be scared to play this out. If it gets hexed, it gets hexed. You know, he's got 2 of them. He's going to use 2 of them. Farseer, I'm guessing. Okay, no, he does have a hex, and that's all right. This thing's getting pretty low to the point that we might actually start swinging at totems. I think I will. And that's mostly for the reason that if he plays another Flame Tongue there, he could actually like hit this and then run this into our Core Crown, which would be not so nice. Alright, this shouldn't be bad, even if he's got some kind of trick up his sleeve with like a rock biter or something. Yeah, this is great. This is wonderful. It's just a choice of how do we want to deal with this. Ah, this is what I love about Control Warrior. We can Shield Slam, we can Execute, we can Whirlwind to take some of this stuff out. I mean, I'm leaning towards Execute. Oh, but this makes Whirlwind so good. So we're gonna Whirlwind on top of it. Why not, right? There's another Execute. We'll do that. We're actually gonna leave that because we might get an additional card draw off of it. And sure, we removed one of our enablers for Grommash, but kind of okay with it when we're up at this much health. So I think this is. Alright, we didn't get it. But I think it's still good for it to be alive. I think this is going to be where we use our first Brawl. Even that's not so bad. See what happens. Alright, now... never mind. Forget the commentary. He kind of said it all by just giving up there. Alright, so 5 and 2. We're over to Booby Trap Hunter. Now, not a lot of people actually like saw the video where I ran this deck. It's more of like a mid-range board control type thing. Something that Hunter normally doesn't do very well. Any kind of control, right? But it had decent success. It's actually a viable deck. I'm not sure if its win rate would ever get higher than Face Hunter, but it is not bad. So there's Aggro Mage and there's Freeze Mage. This is kind of good. Oh, jeez, this is really tough. Because this can take out a Doomsayer, but we don't have very many minions in this deck, and Explosive Trap is super good against aggro. So I think we're going to keep these in the case that it's aggro, just because our hero power is so good against Freeze Mage. Interesting. Yeah, that I don't think we need to mulligan too hard for that chance, because we can just do that instead of playing like any kinds of 2-drops. We can see like lots of spells, weapons, just a weird looking deck. Well, see, yeah, no, this has to be. Do we explosive? I don't think so. I think we're fine taking 2 damage. Usually they're going to Alex us down to 15 anyway, so your first bit of damage doesn't really matter. But our damage to them is very relevant. I'd like a bow here, though. He's just going to ping this anyway. So doing 2 damage to that is going to be fine. I mean, maybe he doesn't ping it now, but I think he would have had we not played it for sure. Okay. Alright, now I'm very confused. Now he's like bursting us down. What is going on? Well, this is not the ideal opening for this deck. We have lots of of like 3 cost cards that we're just not getting here. I don't think this is a mirror entity. I actually think this is Freeze Mage that just weirdly runs Arcane Missiles. As good as Hyamane is here, I think the card draw is going to be really important in the long run. So get a couple draws. And the fact that he's weirdly bursting us down has me a little bit nervous. I want to take these out. Okay, losing a Frostbolt is actually a big deal. I want to take these out and then potentially get more draws off of these guys going forward. Alright, I got no clue what this is. This is so weird. This is so weird. I don't know how to deal with this. Like, it's not proper Freeze Mage, it's like weird bursty Freeze Mage. Oh, this is hurting my brain. I could actually unleash the Hounds and slam this 3 times to force some overdraw. I don't love it. But a Hunter's Mark on it could be good as well to deny more draw. A kill command. I don't like a kill command. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to Animal Companion. We're going to unleash. Based on that, I'm going to assume... Never mind. Shouldn't have assumed. I guess it's an ice block, not barrier. He's going facing. He must have just started with so much damage in hand that this could work for him. So we have to do our best to do the opposite. But I don't think we can proc it this turn, right? We've got 12. But 12 just isn't enough. Yeah, because that gives us 3-turn lethal, and 3-turn lethal is kind of just complete doo-doo. I just don't really see another option. I mean, I suppose if we go with this, it's going to set us up a little bit better going forward. Because we get like Hyamane, kill command to proc next turn, kill command the turn after. Alright, this is very weird, but at least we've got deadly shots. And a reg? Holy shit. So if we hit this, this is so weird. Like, we can Hunter's Mark and use our explosive shot. But goddamn, we gotta clear everything or else we're dead. But we also have to proc this thing or else we're dead. How do we do that? Can we? Yes. Yes, we can. Okay, hold on. So we do this. We do this. No, this isn't gonna work, is it? It is not. I think we just have to get lucky on this. Hi, greetings. Very good chance that we're dead still, but who knows? What the hell? Gotta try it. Uh-oh. No, not hello. Not hello. That was the coolest turn ever. Alright. Alright, we got helloed. Still, I think the deck did actually hold its own. It was okay. So what is that? Third loss? We played like 8, so what, 5 and 3, something like that? Still guaranteed we come out over over 500, but that was so close. So close. I guess we could have done that the other way though, couldn't we? Now that I'm thinking about it. If you hunters marked the other two, explosive shot, and then you deadly shot, you're guaranteed to get it. Yeah, I never saw that before. I don't know why I never saw that before. Just stupid. Okay, here we like need burst. You can't have that. Like, these cards are actually amazing. But can we keep them in our opening hand? I don't think so. Really tempted to keep the Doom Hammer, though. I'm actually going to keep the Doom Hammer. It's so good. But yeah, a lot of times this is a favorable matchup. Our mid-range Shaman is a little bit different than other ones you might see, though, because it's got more burst, right? It's got those lava bursts, and the idea is that that's going to do a bit better against something like, okay, we have the hero power here. Something better against something like a hand lock that's going to like throw taunts up, and it's just tough to go ahead and smack them type deal. Alright, still not ideal to play this, but I think we just have to get something out. The reason I didn't coin it last turn was for Fiery War Axe Armorsmith hitting, but we'd run into the same issue this turn. Anyway, we'll see. I just think it's important to establish some kind of, yeah, here it is, some kind of board presence. And if we could have followed it up with Feral Spirit, that would have been ideal. Do we want to do that? I don't think so. I think we actually want to do this. A little bit strange. We might actually double hit that next turn, but I just don't think there's a reason to hit it right now. We could get Harrison Jones. There's always that that possibility, but I think the reason why we need this and why it's in the starting hand is to whittle down a lot of that armor. That being said, I think we Rock Biter and take both of these out. Now, what do we care more about? Him getting armor or us taking damage? I think we actually care more about us taking damage. Which might seem a little bit weird, but the fact that he's got Frothings might mean that he's running a more like OTK Worgen type deck, or just a little bit more like Korkrons and maybe Arcanite Reapers, just more face damage. Some people run him in their Control Warriors, so you never really know either. And still, I actually think most signs are pointing to this just being standard Control Warrior. We'll just blast that. Try to take away all of his armor. Well, as much as we can. Makes Shield Slams just a little bit less effective. Although he can just armor up and do it this turn. But going forward, that is going to matter. A Gorehell, okay. So yeah, it definitely seems more just standard Control Warrior. I think we'll save this in case we get another Rock Biter, because we're not chipping away at armor anymore. I don't want to play too heavy into Brawl, so I'm going to do this. 3 minions is fine, sometimes 4 is fine. Him taking 3 damage, actually kind of good. And then we've got stuff on the board to play, like a Flame Tongue out. But I think, yeah, we probably hang on to the other Feral Spirit. Just kind of wait and see what we see from him. Okay, just standard armor up. Not too bad. This is tough. Okay, I know I want to do this, and I want to push this damage. And I actually think we just want to be... Do we want to just be efficient here? We're threatening 9, 11, 13 with that. But we could do it with Thalanos for one more. Bloodlust. Let me think. 4, 6, 8, 11, 14. We wouldn't have enough. If we got Bloodlust and he killed that, we wouldn't have enough. I'm not sure if this is correct. I know he can like Alex up to heal. He could still shield block. But getting him 215 is still good. And it depends what we could draw into, depends what answers he's got. He does seem a little bit desperate here. Okay, not threatening that much. What does this have now? This is 4 attack. Which just means if we play that out, right, he can still kill it with both. But this might be a time. This might be a time for that. I wonder too. No, I think the 1 damage is less important. I think we'll do that. He could still kill, like he used the whirlwinds, he could still kill it with a Taskmaster and hit. Well, that would be extra. I guess he would hit and then Taskmaster. He could still shield block, shield slam. Like there's ways for him to deal with it, but I think this is a pretty good presence on the board. I guess just an execute. Oh, a clever BGH, okay. I'm not sure that helps us a ton. But this is maybe just a good time. You know what? I don't hate this line, actually. And then just take this out. I don't want to play anything else into the brawl. It could end up being good because we get card draw off of it. But I think that this is like threatening enough as is. Especially with the fact that we've got like a Bloodlust. We still got a little bit more burst in our deck. Probably getting executed. Or else he's just digging for it. Kind of looks like he's just digging. Actually a big deal, I think. Really, really helpful for him. Yeah, I don't like our odds here. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't love our odds. Obviously, Hex is not great, but getting 2 draws off of this is fine. We were able to, like, play around Brawl, but I don't know, he established himself too. It's really just a question, I think, of whether he's just got kind of low-end removal or if he's actually drawn into his bigger cards. I was just about to say, because yeah, if he like slams a Ragdan or something, it's great for him. We can hex it, but I don't want to lightning bolt it. Ugh. There's Bloodlust, Loot Hoarder. Yeah. Well, we definitely do that. But yeah, just those big cards, a Gromosh, a Cairn, anything like that, really, really tough to come back against. And the fact that you can pretty much get like 2 armor every turn now. I'm gonna guess that that we're dead, but we're not giving up. Still have another Doomhammer in the deck, still have another Rockbiter. I think Doomhammer's probably our best draw here. 1 in 11. There's the Cairn. Okay. At least we can take the damage from Cairn. It's just it gives him like total board control. That's the issue. This is down to 1. Just wonder if there's any reason to just dump everything here. He'd kill the Flame Tongue with Cairn. You know, I actually think it's good. It's so ugly. Like, it's so ugly. But it's probably our last chance to establish any kind of board control. But maybe it buys us 1 or 2 draws, something like that. That's a pretty funny faceless target, actually. Kind of clever. It might have been better for him to just faceless that, but I don't know. I like it. Another hex. Spell power? No. Oh, this is so bad. I guess, right? He's gonna get a draw off of that anyway, but we need it for burst. I don't know. This is ugly. Maybe we should have done Bloodlust to just throw that in instead. Five damage. Well, if we don't draw something good here, I mean, we'll just call it. Yeah, I think we're just dead. It's alright. It's alright. Don't all have to be wins. It still leaves us at 5 and 4 with all the decks, and you know what? I am fine with that. I think that's it. Just one game with each of the decks. Short stream, short video. Appreciate everyone watching. If you're on Twitch, check out YouTube. On YouTube, check out Twitch. I've been appreciating all the follows and subs. We're actually getting like decent viewership and stuff. It's been real nice. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's been here this whole time. You can check out Artifacts free game in the description of both Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, thanks, and we'll see you next time.